AI, it's very recent technology, it's like all the craze. Everyone's trying to see how can we implement AI into what we're doing today. We are the Duke AI Chatbot team, and we have been using artificial intelligence to develop a chatbot for Duke University. Currently, if you log into the OIT website, there will be a small little chat box that actually connects you directly to a person. And what we're doing is making it so you can actually speak to our AI that's trained on Duke-specific data. So we're alleviating the work that OIT has to do and then improving how convenient it is for Duke students to access information. I'd say the main roadblock we encountered was what we refer to as hallucinations, which is when the chatbot itself essentially has a mind of its own, right? Because the current model we are using is already trained on a data set. And what we're doing is we're restraining that model onto our Duke data, so it shouldn't be able to answer anything outside of that. We, experimented with questions like, if my computer is broken, where would I go? And it created its own place, the Duke Technology Center on East Campus, which, obviously doesn't exist. So now we have it creating places and answering questions that we don't want it to be answering. There are actually parameters within the model that can control how it behaves. Temperature determines how creative the model's answers are. For example, making up the technology center would mean that the temperature of the model was extremely high, because now we have it creating its own places that do not exist in the real world. If I were to decrease the temperature, it wasn't answering the question at all. It was saying, I do not find any information about where you can fix your computer in the documents. But then looking back in our data, there's lots of information within OIT's knowledge base on what you can do if your computer is broken, where you can go, what resources you can access. We discovered that the answer was semantic search. It's a configuration within Microsoft Azure. Through deep neural networks, it can detect semantics. Semantics as in the meaning of words as opposed to the words itself. And rather than searching the documents and trying to come up with an answer word by word, it can search through our documents and analyze what the meaning of each paragraph, each sentence, and each word actually is, with the context of the question you're asking it. So when we turned this configuration on, it solved all our problems. It started answering all our questions as we envisioned it to. I think everything just came together. I began to understand how everything worked. Right now, most of our data is just limited to OIT data. But in an ideal world, we'll have Duke housing information, Duke admissions information all in one place where you can just ask it any question related to that and it'll be up-to-date Duke information.